Mr. Chairman, our next witness is witness 128. It appears at page 46 of your bundle.
Thank you very much for attending, Mr. Witness. Could you repeat after me, please? I solemnly declare that I will speak the truth.
I solemnly declare to tell the truth,
the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
to tell the truth and nothing but the truth.
Thank you. There'll be some questions now from counsel, and then that will be followed by some questions from the panel. Thank you.
The witness, a male Iranian from the province of Balochistan on the border with Pakistan, witnessed the shooting by the security forces injuring the demonstrators. Thank you for coming to London for this tribunal. Can you please explain briefly to the tribunal what you saw on 16th and 17th of November? Please bear in mind that the tribunal has your full report, and please briefly refer to the events that you witnessed.
It was a Saturday and a Sunday that it happened. On Friday, the price had risen, the price of petrol. And in our region, on Saturday and Sunday, we had protests. And in our region, they wanted to go to the city, and the Revolutionary Guards prevented them. And there were 2 people who were shot. And afterwards, Kouhi was arrested in Mashhad.
Did you personally witness that the security forces were shooting at the protesters?
Yes, yes.
Did you see anybody from the protesters carrying any weapons, arms, guns, or anything lethal with them?
None. No, they had nothing. They had come there with empty hands.
Was there any evidence that the protesters were creating any threat for the security forces, for their life and limb?
No. They wanted to go to the city of Rust, and they wanted to protest there. And for this reason, they would prevent them and would not let them advance. They were all gathering from villages to go to the city.
You have provided the council with some videos. Can we have these are very short videos, Mr. Chairman. Can we have a look at those videos? Can you explain where this was and what was happening?
You can see that the Revolutionary Guards are preventing them to advance and go to the city of Rost. That's to say that 100 kilometers away from the city, those that you see are the Revolutionary Guards. They don't let them advance.
And the next video? Can you also explain what is happening here?
It's the same thing. They want to advance. They want to go further, but they don't let them.
And the last video, please. Never mind. In your statement, you have referred to Molavi Barakat, who spied on the demonstrators. Is there anything else you want to add in connection with his activities?
I don't know much about that. I live in Dubai. I only go there for 2 months, and I stay there for 2 months, and I come back. But I've heard that they are the spies, and they work with the Revolutionary Guards.
Thank you. That concludes our questions. The tribunal will have some question for you.
Thank you very much for your testimony. I just have a few questions. Firstly, in the second video that was shown, there is a picture of fires which are in a row. I'm just wondering, do you know who lit those fires? Can you explain if you have any information?
It was the Baluchis in our region that had put fire to this so that vehicles could not pass through, so that the Revolutionary Guards could not pursue them.
Thank you. And I also had another question. In your written statement, you refer to someone who was protecting people in your area who was subsequently arrested. And who was given a 6-month prison sentence. Are you able to explain a little bit more about that?
This was a person who supported the protesters and said that they are not doing anything wrong. They are just protesting. And therefore, the Revolutionary Guards, they took him to the city of Mashhad, and they have given him a prison sentence of 6 years. Everybody knows that. Fazlur Rahman Puri, the whole of Baluchistan knows about it.
And are you aware of what he was convicted of? What was his the charge, and what was he convicted of? If you're aware.
His crime was that why he was charged with the crime of defending the protesters.
Thank you.
In the first video, you said that you could see the Revolutionary Guard blocking the way. Can you explain to me who from the people there were the Revolutionary Guard? Is it by the way that they're dressed, or the vehicles that you could tell that they were? I'm not following the image very clearly. So where are the Revolutionary Guards?
They were about 200 meters away. They were all the IRGC officers. People couldn't go any further because they would have shot them. People are afraid.
And you recognize them because of their uniform or because of the vehicles? How do you recognize them as the Revolutionary Guards?
They were the IRGC because they had machine guns. They had military uniform. They had special emblems.
Thank you.
Okay. Justice Yaqub. Could I have just to ask a couple of questions, please? What was the objective of going to the city? And secondly, why did the state authorities want to prevent that, from what you know?
The reason was that all the villagers wanted to go to the city. There are courts in the city. There are also military personnel in the city. People, the world would have known that people have gathered in the cities. That's why they blocked the villages not to go to the city, so that the cities couldn't get overcrowded.
And in your statement, you've spoken about some of the protesters throwing stones towards the police. and them throwing tear gas canisters at you. I just want to try to understand the level of violence between the protesters and the police. Did anything else happen in regards to violence?
No, that was all. They fired tear gas, and the protesters were throwing stones. They were far from each other. They were about 100 meters away from each other.
And then there's a sudden, don't let me put words into your mouth, but is there then an escalation whereby the police and the Revolutionary Guard then start to fire live ammunition, causing injury, dispersing the crowds? Is that how it happened, or is there something I'm missing in that factual pattern?
It was exactly what you explained.
Thank you. No more questions from the panel, Council?
Just one question. In the second video, the fires that you see are the fires that are lit by the tires that are burning. Is that correct?
Yes, the tires were put on fire.
Thank you. Thank you. No more questions.
Thank you very much for coming. Very useful evidence, and we're grateful that you've taken the time and made the effort to give evidence to the tribunal. Thank you.
I wish you health, good health for all of you.